guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week before Halloween. I have all of this really cool nostalgic looking stuff from Vintage Gypsy Road, I believe is the name of the shop. Anyway, I was really attached to this shop. And so I have lots and lots of stickers, and so I'm going to be trying to do a use it up series today. I just wanted to pull in as much of this really cool Halloween stuff as possible, so I'm just kind of sharing with you right there what all I had. I also had this really cool countdown, and so I decided to use that. I did go ahead and use some of my Simply Gilded. This is the Stardust washi that is black with the gold foil and holographic foil at the bottom. And I saw somewhere, I'm not really even sure where I saw it, but I saw somebody put this down at the bottom for their washi, but then what she did is she put another row of it, but she flipped it so that it was like this big starburst down the center, and I really liked that, so I decided I wanted to try and do it with mine. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to find something to tear my washi with. But anyway, I did end up really liking the way it looked in person. I did go in off camera and I kind of used my X-Acto knife and I trimmed up the edges there so that it would be a little bit cleaner, because when I tore it, it did not tear very straight. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about, putting it the bottom of it together so you have this down the center. I think it looks really cool, especially with that holographic foil. That hollow foil is really amazing. But yeah, anyway, so I had to look to see the date. I was like, oh, what's the date? So it starts here on the 21st, and I had these, they're just little spider webs, little cobwebs with numbers on them. Like I said, this come from Vintage Gypsy Road, and I had 2 of these. I was really surprised that I hadn't found them before now and used them, but anywho, I did get to use them this time, so I just went through and I used whiteout over the numbers and put these in there, and I thought that it turned out really cute. It added a little something at the top that was decorative and functional, and I was really excited about it because I'm using, you know, pretty much whatever I can find right now. Now for next week, I do have a kit for Halloween week from Nikki Plus 3 that I'm excited about using. But up until that week, I've been trying to just get by with as, you know, little as possible as far as purchasing. Just don't have the money right now, guys. I mean, you know, it's kind of hard. This time of year, I start going ahead and putting back stuff for Christmas, and, you know, I start thinking about those kinds of things. Well, I had these different boxes that didn't necessarily go with this, but because they were this really vintage look, I did want to include them because they had the classic black and orange in them, and I wanted to include some of that in what I was doing, so I chose this one. I thought it was the cutest one. Happy Halloween there. I loved it. It kind of made me think of my childhood. I mean, when I was growing up, guys, we had the mask that was the plastic with the elastic behind that went around behind your head, and every single year either the mask would crack and cut your face, like your nose or something, or the elastic would pop and it would hit you upside the head. That was back in the day before they really got all technical with some of these really cool and amazing Halloween masks now. But I mean, am I alone here? Am I just dating myself or what? But I mean, I just think that it's, you know, something to think about, you know, like the things and the way that they've changed. So much about Halloween has changed over the years. I mean, I'm 50, guys, so obviously, you know, I've seen some costumes from my days that would be like, I'm sure kids would be like, you wore that? Why didn't you just wear a sheet? And we did. We did. We would actually wear a sheet. So, I mean, I'm old school. And so seeing some of these really cool vintage, like poster style full box, decorative full boxes, I thought was really neat. These I thought were pretty neat too. I was excited to have some checklists, and they all have a really cool background. Like this one has skulls as the checklist, and the first one is bats. But yeah, each one's different. They have some pretty detailed background art as well. Some of them have skulls and bats and things like that. And then you have the checklist itself is different shapes. So I really liked that there was so much detail, and I wish you could have seen it better with me filming, but anyway, I was just glad to have checklists. I think that it turned out actually pretty good in the end. It does seem like I'm all over the place as usual, but I mean, you know, hey, I enjoyed doing it, and I also really enjoyed bringing in some of the blues that we had in this kit back in the day when we first got it and first saw it. This was when I first started planning, guys, and so yeah, I'm just kind of pulling in some of these stickers that I have had for literal years. I mean, some of these stickers are probably 5 or 6 years old, maybe something like that. I don't even remember when I first started planning, and I certainly don't remember when I first planned on camera. I mean, gosh. All I'm doing is just taking these poster style, is what I'm going to call them, decorative boxes, and I'm just spacing them out so that, you know, they're not all in one heap on one side or the other. And then I found some additional ones. I just needed to straighten this one up because I put it down crooked as usual. But then I found some others that went with this actual, the whole set that I was working with. I don't remember the name of it, obviously. But yeah, I found some others. I had some that were fully matte and some of them that were fully glossy, like high gloss stickers. And these are highly glossy. But I went ahead and went with them. I thought that the whole situation turned out to work out pretty good together, even though it really wasn't meant to go together. But yeah, I just love these. This old school, it looks sort of like old wallpaper that you would see in an old house. I really liked that. This made me think of everything that's going on. I don't know about you guys, but I have been watching the Shane Dawson thing. And I don't know, but that one made me think about it. When I was planning, I was saying to myself, oh my gosh, this reminds me of what Shane's palette's going to look like. Even though it's not a spiral, it's more of a starburst. But that's what I thought of. And I thought, you know, this is really kind of cool and conspiracy theory-esque, I guess you could say. But yeah, and that one on Friday with the bats background, that was really cool. I love it. So what I do is I had the boxes that matched as well. They just have this whited out center, this blanked out center. And so what I did is I went ahead and matched up with the ones I had laid down through the center. And then I went back and just filled in underneath the old school picture ones with just some that I thought worked. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of finding the same pattern to match up. That way I wasn't like totally chaotic, I guess you could say. See, like this one, you can see the starburst behind it, but I just tried to match them up, you know? I just tried to match them so that it looked a little more cohesive, I guess. Cohesive is a good word for us teachers to use. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about the Shane Dawson. What do you guys think about it? Are you loving it? Are you loving it? I am loving it. I've been really enjoying watching it. I was just sick. Episode 2 came out when I was not at home and I didn't have any Wi-Fi and I was dying. I was like, oh, I had to wait a whole day to get home and watch episode 2. I was so glad to get home and see it because I was just so, you know, I'm excited like everybody else. I want to see what is going on in the beauty industry behind the scenes, and I wanted to see if there was going to be any tea spilled, you know, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I was excited. I had plenty of these scalloped stickers here. And since I didn't have any headers for today or little things, I just used these. And I did have to trim, you know, the left side of my planner. I had to trim it down just a little bit, but I think it ended up looking pretty cool. This particular strip has the bat design, and I thought it was really neat and kind of echoed not just the checklist, but that full box too. And then I went in, I wanted to insert even more of this blue color, and you can see here where either from age or just not being cut well to begin with, I did have to kind of pull it apart, and then I had to kind of piece it together, but it ended up working out fine. I had little pieces of sticky stuck all over me. But it ended up, I think, looking pretty good. I still might use some of these and go in and put some against the top edge of the paper. I haven't really decided yet, but I know that's what I used to do with these all the time, is I would layer them at the top, and it just sort of gave it a finished look. So I may add some at the very top just to, kind of finish it off, so to speak. But yeah, and I didn't have any additional headers, and I was trying to decide on my spacing here, but since I was just doing what I could, I chose to go in with some washi. And then I had these pieces, this strip of old bottles. They look like poison bottles, like really something that you would find on a shelf, a really old shelf. And so I wanted to put that down there. And I did want to mark, Sunday is my dad's 73rd birthday. And so I wanted to make sure that that was the first thing I marked before I started planning. And so I am just using a leftover sheet from a Nikki Plus 3 kit that had happy birthday on it in silver foil. And so I'm just going to do that and add a gift to it from the M Crystal Prints icon sheet. And yeah, I just wanted to mark that. I'll go in with pen and, write that down. I also had this sheet that had the same patterns. And I usually prep on Sunday night for filming, and then I do my actual Plan With Me Monday on Monday. So I just put a planner. These are little hand-drawn planners that I put down for Monday and Sunday. And that one said Wolf's Bane on it, and it had that blue background, so I really liked that. The other one, I'm not sure what it had on there. I can't really remember. But it had that, that Halloween background. I'm using a silver foil coffee cup for Coffee Monday. I'll come in later with a Coffee Monday sticker. I've just basically looked at this sheet and said, okay, what of this do I need that I can use? And so I'm just trying to find some places for it. One of those things was the trash day, which is Thursday for us. Our trash always goes out and gets picked up on Thursday, so I have to make sure that that's out on Wednesday night, the night before. And I knew that I needed to do laundry. I just wasn't sure which day I was going to end up doing it, because I was trying to decide if I was going to go out of town or not, because that was still a question. So I go ahead and settle on a day, and then it was about, well, where am I going to put it, because it's large and these checklists are small. So I was trying to decide, and that's, I think, when I go to the very bottom of the box and decide that, I can put it there, and that way it fits and I'm not taking up more than one check spot, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just continue to go through this. Friday night is date night. So I decided that I wanted to mark it, but I decided to use another strip of washi, and I really wanted to use this checkerboard pattern that you see me use. I thought it was just really cool. It's real vintage looking, and yeah, so I just go in with this and then I layer it. You guys know I love to layer anyway, so it worked out for me just fine. But yeah, I just wanted to mark down that so that I would remember to pick up my clothing and, get my makeup done and all the good girly things that we do. So yeah, I did decide that I would go in with a day off. I spent all day Monday really planning, and filming is the only thing I did all day. Guys, my back is in such bad shape. It is in such bad shape. I'm having a lot of problems with my back, and I do have a doctor appointment coming up on November 5th with a new doctor to look at me and kind of evaluate me. But I'm at the point now, guys, where I can barely walk. So I'm just thinking that maybe it might be time for me to give it up and go under the knife. And I don't want to do it, but I mean, hey, and I put this down crooked, but I realized it was already stuck and I had to just do something about it. I had 2 doctor's appointments scheduled this week, and you'll see me put in those and the times and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to just get this back seen about. I just can't seem to get it under control, and I can't live like this. I mean, it's excruciating. I've got so many things going on, and, it needs to be fixed. And I don't even know if it can be fixed. Even if they tell me it can be fixed and they go in there, that doesn't promise me that it is going to be pain-free, But yeah, I found these in my stash from a color club, I think it was, from Scribble Prints Co. So I just decided this was a good way to add in more of the blue and continue with some of the orange. So I'm just putting down 2 stickers for each of one. The top one I used for meals, and because I only need 5 or 6 meals really for planning. And then I put a piece of washi in there just to separate them. And then I am going to make a list of my YouTube videos for the week if I can actually get myself, off of the heating pad or ice packs or whatever I happen to be on with my back and actually do some filming. Guys, I'm really doing good just to get these once a week videos in right now. I'm taking muscle relaxers. I'm eating Tylenol around the clock, which is killing my stomach. But, it is what it is. I only put another piece of washi in here just to fill up space because I didn't want that extra line showing. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to put another piece of washi in there and make it look a little balanced, I guess. But I tried to use 3 different patterns in all of the strips I used in the sidebar. This is from GP Sticker Studio. The Coffee Monday and the Half Week Spread are all from that shop. I really like her stickers a lot. They're really high quality and cut really well. So I just did that to remind me. Maybe I'll remember to do an IG post. Who knows? All of my script stickers, like trash and those other stickers that you'll see me lay down, the sheets. I'm reminding myself to change my sheets on Saturday. They're all from the Plangineer. I found a couple for doctor appointments, so I just went ahead and used the script stickers. My handwriting sucks, so anytime I can use the scripts, the better. But, and another thing that I found that I remember that is a little old school, my planner stickers there just reminded me that I was doing planning. But one thing that I found that was really cool is I found some stickers in an old sampler from Scribble Prints Co. And these flags are from Planner-esque. They were a really old, just like it was like a rainbow color sheet of nothing but flags. I had 2 of them, and I had 2 oranges, and so I just used them. And they were a little bright, but I was okay with that because I thought it looked good with all that black and blue. So, yeah. But anyway, I found from Scribble Prints Co. on an old sampler, I found some time dots. Do you remember time dots when Andrea used to do time dots? So I used those on the doctor appointment stickers too. Now I went in with those time dots, and I used this canceled sticker. All of these were from Scribble Prints Co. samplers. I also used the vacuum cleaner and the nail polish to remind me to paint my nails. But yeah, I had just found so much use, from some of these old Scribble Prints Co. Samplers or leftovers from kits. Some of it, this was just leftover from a kit, but it was black. I thought that was pretty cool that I found those. But the weekend banner came from my newest addiction set that I had that was Halloween. You'll see me go in with even more of that later, but there are those time dots. Is that cool or what? That brought back memories, the time dots. But yeah, I thought it was neat that I could use those. I just used the little alarm clock and a time dot on this one, and worked out really well and saved me from writing anything down. I found this, which was cleaning day, and I just decided to put it right there, and then I decided to just kind of list out each thing that I was going to clean, like the bathroom, the floor, that sort of thing. This is the set from my newest addiction, so I decided to use some of the artwork, the deco, with this kit. Well, not really a kit, I don't suppose, but I just decided to incorporate this into my spread because I needed some deco, and it's black and white, and I didn't think you could get any better, and that fit right there just perfectly, and it covered up that rough edge on that washi where I tore it, and it didn't tear well. I found this, and I wanted to use it so bad, and I'm kind of struggling for a place, and then to me I found the perfect place right in the center of that starburst looking thing. I thought it was perfect there. It showed up really well, and I loved it. But I loved this kit for my newest addiction. She did it years ago, and I've had it and used it several times over. But that casket just cracked me up. I thought it was so cool. And the black cats and the ghosties, I just loved it. I loved pulling this in. I love Laura at my newest addiction. I found this on a sampler or in that same kit for my newest addiction. It's just the little mill thing, and I just wrote mills there. I love the black cat and I put it there not to cover up anything, but to help that sticker lay down because it kept coming up and wasn't sticking well. But yeah, I mean, I found these old bottles, and they were kind of like a clear see-through, just like a glossy clear sticker, but they were this really pretty blue. I thought they were really cool. I didn't use them all because I thought I may want to use them again another time, but you can write over them or under them or whatever and still see what you're doing. I really loved the way that this turned out. There's a little bit from every shop imaginable here. But I think that it's neat that you can pull a bunch of different things together and come up with a pretty cool looking layout, if I do say so. Found this little witchy on top of a pumpkin and decided just to feature her up there in the corner. And that was getting close to being it, guys. So I just wanted to give you an up close look of everything and the way it turned out. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you join my YouTube family. But I just wanted to give you a little bit closer look because I wanted you to see the background on some of those checklists and things and see how really cool it turned out. So that's going to be it, guys. I really appreciate you watching my videos and sticking with me, staying subscribed and all that kind of thing. I appreciate you so much. This is how it ended up looking, and I think it's going to be fun to fill out this week. I love you guys so much. I just hope that you all have a fabulous week and get those costumes ready.